Part 2, Confrontation. Chapter 5, Laugh That Lingered. Laughter ghosted across wind-carved stone, his brother's voice, unmistakable even after being swallowed by dusk. Not memory, present, real as the brutal slope grinding his calves to fire. Slope brutalized. Each step crushed something in him, something that needed crushing. Rehab taught him this. Destruction precedes creation. Multiple stays later, he understood pain differently, necessary, foundational. Pain is the guru of the soul, Yogananda had whispered through meditation, words that followed him from those intentional journeys into the membrane between worlds. Wisdom, lingering long after, sits, ended. Breath scraped lungs raw, sweat baptized skin. He climbed harder, not to escape, but to engage. Pain sank deeper with each footfall, past muscle into marrow, past bone into essence. Memory had teeth here. Brother's laugh wrapped around mountain contours, sharpening every edge. Psychedelics taught bridges where society built walls, death as permeable boundary, consciousness flowing through matter's apparent solidity. His brother, gone yet somehow present in air's subtle vibration. Years of intentional journeys had revealed the quantum entanglement binding them despite the suicide that should have severed all connection. Stones released heat absorbed from relentless sun. Pain bloomed familiar, welcomed. Rehab's clinical fluorescence had sought to sever him from pain. How many times he'd surrendered to their sterile redemption. How many times emerged understanding. Pain wasn't enemy, but teacher. Laugh drifted again, closer, sound without source. Rock face turned vertical. Fingers gripped microscopic ledges. Tendons screaming ancient prayers. Climbing became meditation, each movement deliberate as Zen archery. Body remembered what mind struggled to articulate. Connection transcending physical presence. Jobs had come and gone. Fleeting purpose against existential gravity. Empty rituals compared to this raw communion. Mountain didn't judge his scars. Vertical cemetery of internal marks faded to silver, but demanded authentic presence. No masks survived this altitude. Rehab counselors spoke of moving on as if grief moved linearly, as if brother's absence could be processed, filed, forgotten. Slope proved otherwise. Pain cycled back, spiraled up, compressed into wisdom. He'd learned to carry it like necessary equipment. Breath came ragged now. Lungs burning protest against thinning air. Sweat evaporated instantly. Salt crystals forming white maps across skin. His brother's laugh disappeared around corners, haunting wind currents. Psychedelic sessions had revealed death's nature, not terminal state, but phase transition, energy converting form, information changing medium. I am the resurrection and the life, echoed through entheogen catalyzed neural pathways. Jesus, understanding what quantum physics later confirmed, nothing truly ends. Pain lingered, constant companion since dusk swallowed brother's light, not diminishing but transforming, like radiation's half-life. Presence measured in geological time. Each rehab stay attempted to extract this pain surgically. Each failed, not understanding its essential nature. Laugh carried again on thermal updraft, molecular memory or genuine presence. Distinction blurred at this altitude. Muscles trembled, limits approached. Something ancient awakened with each excruciating step. Evolution compressed into moments. Adaptation or surrender, the only options. Pain transcended physical, became metaphysical tether, binding him to existence itself. Slope refused mercy. Stones shifted treacherously underfoot, demanding constant recalibration, like navigating consciousness after psychedelics revealed reality's malleability, like rebuilding identity after rehab's institutional scrubbing, like continuing breath after brother disappeared into dusk's embrace. Wind carved invisible geography between summit and valley, carried fragments, molecular ghosts, his brother's laugh embedded in air currents, preserved like insect in amber. Not hallucination, but perception beyond conventional senses, honed through intentional psychedelic exploration. Chest strained against insufficient oxygen, heart hammered warning signals, body calculating remaining resources against distance to peak. Mathematics of survival stripped to essential equations. Grief had calcified around his organs after brother vanished into self destruction's horizon. Rehab addressed symptoms while ignoring architecture. Only in meditative states did he glimpse grief's true nature, not foreign body, but evolutionary adaptation. Pain as navigation system through existence without brother's physical presence. Slope steepened impossibly. Gravity became deliberate adversary, personal in its opposition. Each step required negotiation with physics itself, compromise between will and natural law. Laugh lingered longer this time, acoustics defying logic, wrapping around stone contours like water seeking lowest point. Sound shouldn't travel upward against prevailing winds. Yet it found him, precise as guided missile. Pain sank deeper, past individual memory into collective remembrance. Body recognized ancient patterns, loss, survival, transformation, cellular wisdom predating human consciousness. Rehab had sought to numb this essential communication channel, not understanding pain translated experience into meaning. Psychedelics had revealed the arbitrary boundaries between material and immaterial. His brother, physically absent, yet somehow present in consciousness. Quantum entanglement suggested particles, once connected, remained so regardless of distance. Consciousness, perhaps following similar principles. Death as illusory boundary. Peak edged closer, shadow cutting sky's dome. Not redemption, but continuation. No epiphany waited at summit, only different perspective on the same essential questions. Altitude changed nothing but viewing angle. Slope relented slightly, brief plateau offering momentary respite. Breath slowly regulated, oxygen debt partially repaid. Muscles trembling with gratitude for temporary mercy. Pain remained his guide, not enemy, but companion navigating this progression between memory and presence, between ground and sky, between separation and connection. Each step confirmed existence. Each ache mapped relationship between consciousness and matter. Wind carried nothing now. Laugh faded into silence, more profound than its brief resurrection. Yet something remained, vibration lingering after sound ceased, quantum echo of connection transcending conventional boundaries. He climbed on, step by step toward shadow-veiled peak, not to escape, but to engage, not to forget, but to remember differently, not to transcend pain, but to transform it. Climb continued inconclusive as grief itself.